intermittent fasting is not ideal for weight loss.
Not the most ideal way to lose weight. I feel like intermittent fasting is being glorified so much. Yeah, I feel like it's
Mm.
and because I'm so focused on my body, so focused how I look, aesthetic, I want to look. Sure, I want to feel good. I also want to look good. Medyo pride and ego na rin. Let's just be very
Yeah,
honest. So, after that, okay, so pumayat ako, and then, what's next? Okay, may six-pack abs ako. So, what's next? I'm valuable. You're attaching your internal worth to your external body. That's not really a very healthy mindset.
Ang dali mong mahulog sa cycle na work is important. Yes, it is,
Yeah.
right? But if it's at the expense of your body and your health, it's not worth
Exactly.
it. It's so ironic to think as well na people who are working hours and hours are working for their family. And at the
Exactly.
same time, hindi nila mabigay yung fullest na sarili nila dun sa mga yon kasi health-wise, hindi nila kaya.
How do I be healthy enough to be present?
Before we get into how this all connects with fitness, I want to hear your story a little bit. Like, what was the journey for you? How you kind of opened to this path?
Actually, this is my first time sharing.
Hey guys, welcome back to Small Talk, small conversations with huge impact. My name is Alec Cuenca and I am your host. And first of all, thank you so much for being here. I am super excited to see you guys again for another episode with, of course, a lot of wisdom. And hopefully this conversation would give you a lot of insight, lalo na sa mga taong gusto talagang mag-next level sa buhay nila. And today, I'm not alone. Of course, maybe nakita nyo na rin sa title, but we're joined here by one of my good friend. I met this person a year ago when he was looking into coaching and
Yeah. Big time.
big
Searching.
time searching for
Word.
like, ano bang meron dyan. But I'm just really proud of this person because this person is now helping a lot of people not just achieve their best physical body, but of course, taking a more holistic approach. And I'm so excited because I don't know anyone else here in the Philippines who is doing the work that he's doing in a way that really is very purposeful. So I'm super excited. Let's all welcome to the show, Jacob.
Thank you, thank you. It is a privilege and a blessing to be. I think the reason why I'm here, I'm sitting before you today, is also because of you.
Uh-huh.
I just want to already start at that note. I just want to thank you again. I remember that 1 year ago, I was very curious and really not sure what to do.
Yeah.
And yet it was you who believed in me and just actually invited me to go to a conference. Right? And for me, that really started my coaching career.
Yeah.
So thank you for being a blessing in my life.
Yeah, you're welcome. And it's my pleasure. But of course, I know na when I met you last year, you're already parang halfway there, getting your hands dirty pagdating sa helping and serving other people when it comes to your cause. But I want to know, and maybe you could also share to our listeners, what got you into this? The whole fitness faith thing that you're doing.
Sure. I'll give a context
Okay, yeah,
as well.
go.
So, hello again, guys. I am Coach Jacob. I am a Christian nutrition coach, and I help millennial men build godly disciplines for sustainable weight loss.
Yeah.
So, ayan. Ano yung medyo tagline. But going back, I really started as a life coach.
Okay.
I still do. I'm very, you and I are very, we have this, we gravitate towards personal development and mindfulness, right? And for me, I found myself always gravitating towards fitness
Okay.
ever since I was young. I was an athlete, basketball. Hindi lang halata because of my height. But before, everyone was still shorter than me. But going back, like I was a basketball varsity until high school.
Okay.
So I was very athletic. And then after college hit, and after that, after graduating, I always resorted into fitness, into the gym. It was, I'm sure everyone could relate. It was like a safe haven.
Mhm.
You know, it's a distraction from the world, especially kung stress ka. At least this is your personal time. Your
Okay.
2 hours of just, kumbaga, me time.
Okay.
my me time. So with that, I realized that I always gravitated towards fitness. Whether I explored entrepreneurship, I started a business, yung hilig ko, yung passion ko, kumbaga, fitness was always constant.
Okay.
And I realized, parang, teka muna, parang, okay, coach, life coach, but parang I also want to help people with their fitness. Kasi for me, as long as if you help fitness, other things can open up. So that's where I guess, my mission started na to focus on the fitness
Mm.
aspect of it. And then the faith just happened in a way na I realized we can go talk more about it later. But it was when I realized that integrating faith in the fitness makes weight loss sustainable, makes fitness sustainable. Because I always say this sa mga lives ko, fitness without faith will just lead to vanity. And that's tough. Because vanity is like there's always something more. And we talked about this earlier na bakit mag-gym ka, right? Mag-reps ka, 6 reps. Okay, next week, 7 reps. The next week, 8 reps. There's always something more. It's like you're chasing a moving target that you'll never hit, right? And that's scary. Kasi you're starting to identify na your worth to how much you can lift. And I've been there so many times. And it's a slippery slope. Kasi now, I can't lift this. Oh, wala, mahina na ako. And it ruins your day. And if you one day ruin it can also ruin your mindset. So yeah, that's the gist of it. We can talk more about it as we go. But yun, the intersection of fitness and faith.
I love it. I think number one, the passion really is speaking to you. Parang sometimes kahit na and I loved it na you tried other things na kasi parang for a lot of people they're looking for their passion or their purpose in life, but they're not really trying out different stuff. They're just waiting.
Yeah.
Pero ikaw, you tried a lot of different things.
Yeah.
Ano yung mga ibang bagay na tinry mo that na parang, and how did you know na this is not for me and then tried this and you realized na, oh yeah, this is for me?
Sure. I love that question. So after college, I worked in mobile company. And I was a UX designer. And
Talaga?
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Shocking truth.
UX design.
This will be your hook. To drop.
From UX designer to...
Because I was a product manager of this company when product manager of the UX team.
Okay.
And then sabi ko, wow, UX. And mind you guys, I was a finance major.
Okay.
So malayo. But then that's how God moves. Sometimes He gives you an assignment that you can't do so that He will do and complete the work. Right? Kasi it's in the Bible verse na He who began a good work in you will complete Philippians. So I was nanghahawakan ko yun. So I did it scared. I accepted the role as a product manager, learned so much about UX, user experience. Surprise! And then after that company, I took a boot camp, a class with all experienced designers. And I learned so much from them, got clients as well, slowly built my portfolio. And then I tried it out talaga to the point na I was already a UX designer. And then I ventured into startup, entrepreneurship. Siyempre, during the pandemic, it's like, okay,
everyone wants
their
to
own thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Sala nila Mark Zuckerberg yung mga movies ng Steve Jobs.
Their fault.
Everyone, becomes a CEO and a founder of a startup.
Exactly. And you want your own thing. You want your own baby. So a couple of friends and I, it was an idea of my college roommate, shout out to Francis. He thought of having like a smart locker here in the Philippines. So I'm not sure if you know Amazon lockers. Basically, sa States, imagine you're living by yourself.
Okay.
Right? And let's say wala ka sa bahay or kasi wala naman sila mga security gated yun eh.
Okay.
Right? So sometimes when they mga couriers when they deliver, there are smart lockers there na. All they have to do is put the package there and it's already closed, and then you as the customer, you already have a QR code. And from there, my package is delivered. I don't need to go down right away. Diba minsan, I'm sure here, pag nasa Zoom call ka, diba pag nasa meeting ka, tas if you live by yourself and walang guard, tas tumatawag, Sir, Sir, nandito na po ako. And you see a lot of memes na grabe ma'am, tagal mo naman. Di
Ah,
ba?
ah, ah.
Ganon. So, it's a pain point. There, you see a pain point talaga,
Okay.
even in the States and here. So, that actually solves that problem. And we ventured, we created a smart locker from scratch.
Hmm.
Yeah, because one of our partners, manufacturing siya. So, it was tough.
Okay.
Yun nga, guys, it's just, we didn't know what we're heading to, but
Okay.
we knew we still wanted to try.
All right.
Right? And from that, it didn't turn out because we realized na hindi namin kaya in terms of resources wise, like manpower, kasi we're all doing a full-time job with our family. So, sayang hindi kaya, but at least the demand was there.
Okay.
So, it was a closed door that God did, but because nga that door closed, it opened another one, which led me. So,
Okay.
that one with coaching, I had a friend who asked, this was 2021 pa, coach.
Okay.
And then sabi niya, coaching was not in my peripheral yet. It was UX design. And then we had a Zoom call, and then this is my friend from Singapore, David. Sabi niya, you know what, bro, you could be a good coach. Randomly, ah. And I'm like,
Yung basketball coach ba to?
basketball coach? Like,
Because
diba?
before na mag-coach ka, anong team mo?
Yeah,
Ganun.
yeah. Anong team?
Yeah.
Football, diba? Soccer. So, I'm like, what are you talking about, bro? And out of nowhere, and sabi niya, no, kasi you're into, back in college kasi I used to read lots of books, self-development books. So he saw na I'm very big on quotes, on self-development. So sabi niya, you're very good with words and encouraging people. And I brushed it off. But I didn't know that was actually God's way of planting a seed. Sometimes He does that through people, through appointed people who will speak life into you. Because that seed, 2020, this was 2020, it came into fruition mga late 2022, 2023. Now when sabi ko, coaching, sige, try ko nga. And then I looked for certifications. I tried it out, fell in love with it. And that's where I got my first life coaching certification. So, and then got clients. So from that point on, it's because I tried, right?
Yeah.
That I found out. And it's because I tried that I failed in this. At least kasi, I'd rather try and know na, okay, this is not for me. Rather than, hindi ko alam eh. Maybe it's for me, maybe it's not. At least ako ngayon, sure ako na it's not for me.
Yeah. Yung, when you say na it was planted sa'yo, and then sometimes, just like a seed, you don't get to harvest it.
Yeah.
Or sometimes nataniman mo, minsan di mo pa na-check
Yeah.
kung nadiligan mo na. It's also the same with our dreams na sometimes there's a dream planted in your heart, but then months, even maybe a year or years na hindi
Yes.
mo siya gagalawin or hindi mo siya i-check.
Yeah.
What kinda made you look na, okay, maybe this is something sige nga, I'll venture in this.
Right. I was just curious. I thought,
Were you always curious?
I'd like to believe so. Yeah, because it's always not. I want to learn. It's self-development because the more you learn self-development, the more you realize how much you don't know.
Yeah.
Diba? Parang, grabe dami ko pala hindi alam. Kasi when you're ignorant, that's when you feel like, oh, you know everything. Or you're the top dog in the room. But technically speaking, the ones who actually focus on self-growth is the one that's very open to learning. Parang, okay lang if I commit that mistake. Pero at least I'm growing. Parang growth mindset versus fixed mindset. Right? Fixed mindset, this is me.
Yeah.
So when, I don't know, there are some, when you talk to people, right? Parang they say, wala, ganito lang talaga ako eh. And for me, parang, sure, maybe at a point in time, but hindi siya permanent eh. You can choose not to become that. There is always a choice at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's your responsibility to take that choice.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm curious, sige, I'll explore. If I fail, okay lang. At least, diba, I tried.
Yeah.
Right? And thankfully, God willing, na with this coaching direction, He has given me seeds of encouragement. When you walked into, sorry, Coach Yanni, when you walked into my life. No, when you messaged me, inviting me, diba? So, ako, at that point kasi I was baguhan life coach pa, and I didn't have connections. And my prayer back then was, Lord, sana I can connect to more life coaches here in the Philippines. Kasi nakakausap ko states eh. Those are my practice clients eh. So, sabi ko, and then when you reached out, sabi ko, sobrang answered prayer. That's why, in a heartbeat, sabi ko, yes. May mga challenges, but Diba?
Di mo
Yes,
alam
coach.
kung bakit. Pero
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
ano ba yan? Kailan ba yan gagawa ko paraan,
Yeah,
di
tapos
ba?
nag-audio, ano ba tayo?
Ah.
Like, Jacob, so, can't wait to meet you. So, coach, yes! Diba? So, I was super hyped. And yun nga, I think that's how God, he does not, he can show you the what, he can show you the vision, but he does not always show you the how, meaning the manner of going through that. Why?
Yes.
Because if he shows you the how, we become less reliant on him.
Mm.
If he told me, Jacob, you're gonna be a life coach, you're gonna do this, Alex gonna come into your life, people are gonna come to your life, and Coach Ross is gonna come into your life, other people, and you're gonna grow for sure.
Yeah.
Diba? If he said that, then great. Eh nga.
Ah.
Hindi na ako magko-content.
Hindi hindi ka na magta-try.
There's no pressure
Oo.
because I know it.
Parang there was this one parang download or content. Kasi usually when I get downloads then, and if I think that it's a really good content, sinushoot ko lang siya. And then I shot the content. I think it got million views then. I think what I said there is like God shows you the promise but never the plan.
Yes.
Minsan pinapakita niya sa'yo na ito ang posible. Pero hindi niya papakita sa'yo kung paano magiging posible. Kasi
Exactly.
sometimes,
Exactly.
yun nga, pag pinakita niya na sa'yo, minsan aayawan mo na. Lalo na, knowing na hindi naman madali talaga yung mga promise or yung mga dreams natin na nasa atin eh.
Exactly.
Minsan pag feeling ko na kaya hindi pinapakita yung plan, kasi pag pinakita sa'yo na, magkakaroon ka rejection. You're gonna fail. You're gonna look like a fool.
Mm-hmm.
Ayaw mo na. Ay, sige pala. Ayoko na yung dream na yan. Kasi mahirap pala.
Yeah.
But
Exactly, Coach.
I think that's what happens. Na, hindi. You just have to move with faith. Diba?
Right.
Na hindi. Talagang everything is leading me towards the dream that was planted.
Exactly. No, I love what you said na talagang at the end of the day, God is always after your growth. He loves you, but He loves you so much that He will not keep you complacent. Na He won't show you the dream. I mean, He can show you the vision, but not necessarily how to. And as a lover, He's a father. So as a father, para you're just want your kid to grow, diba? So you'll give him some disciplines, hindi mo papakita the whole way. Go ka lang, I'll catch you. Patalon ka lang, I'll catch you. So it's that, parang ganun yung analogy. You still have to make that jump because it's in the jumping that gives you confidence.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
At the end of the day, God's got you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's really that.
Grabe.
So it's very the same.
Yeah.
Said.
I love that. And I do agree with all the jumping part. And I think for you as well, you jumped into this, into the coaching na talaga ring, okay, fine, I'll jump and let's see.
Yeah.
And now you're doing very well.
Praise God.
Pinag-usapan natin kanina, you're getting a lot of clients, you're helping a lot of people as well. You're helping a lot of entrepreneurs also take this holistic approach and you're attracting the right people,
Yeah.
But ano yung parang what is now keeping you like, kasi for sure when you jumped, you didn't have anything. But how do you make this sustainable? Parang paano mo siya tinutuloy-tuloy? Knowing na, especially sa simula, ang dami talagang challenges, diba? Like, how are you pushing through with everything?
I really approach it in terms of, let's say, my clients or let's say potentially. There's a book na about coaching. Ang sabi is a principle that I'll never forget. Coach the person, not the problem. If you're focused so much on the problem, parang it's very selfish of you as a coach.
Mm-hmm.
Na parang, no, let's just fix this. Weight loss ba? Ito, gawin mo na lang.
Which is maraming tao.
Maraming ganun eh. Na parang, weight loss ba? Kain ka lang less calories, you're good na. Ganun lang. Pero, if you reframe it in a way na tao din to eh. This is still a child of God. You also have to serve and encourage. Right? We all have our own context here. What workout can work for me may not work for you, and vice versa. What foods you may like, your nutrition might not be what I like, and we may have some commonalities as well. So each person is unique. So as a coach, it's my job and our job to see that person as a person and not just solution lang to sa business ko. Not just another number. And maraming ganun na coaches eh. And because of that, parang they're just another number. And when I reframe that every day, iba niya yung approach. It's like, okay, how are you talaga?
Yeah.
Like, what challenge are you facing? Or what plans do you have? What future plans I can adjust for you? So I'm thinking forward for them na.
Mm.
So that's what keeps it sustainable. I'm not thinking it as a hassle naman tong business na to.
Ah,
No, it's
diba?
like, how much impact can I have if I just focus on creating value on people? You know, that's what keeps it sustainable. Because I'm not just focusing on the metric, I'm focusing on impact, right? So it's really that.
Question: since it's in the fitness, like,
Sure.
of course, with the faith stuff, you can't really measure it. Like, overall well-being ng tao,
Yeah.
parang, of course, there are some parang metrics like how
You
well
can't
you
really.
sleep, stress, pero hindi
Yeah,
mo
yeah.
kaya ma-measure. But then on the fitness side, very measurable yan.
Mhm.
Ma-check mo talaga if you're getting progress or not.
Right.
But you mentioned na you're not just doing that. So how do you, paano mo masasabi na satisfied si client? Or are you still attached to the numbers? Or how do you do this?
So for the client, for example, weight loss, right? The goal is for the client to achieve weight loss, which I will definitely help the client achieve weight loss. So fitness wise, for sure, yes. But at the same time, in that same process, I'm helping the client understand his body. Parang, what are your stressors ba? Teka muna, before even going for a diet, ano ba mga stressors mo? What can you do in your environment right now to set it up for success? Kasi bili-bili ka nga ng anong healthy stuff.
Whey proteins ka na. Lahat na ng
Right?
whey na try mo.
Yeah, bili ka ng whey, mga expensive whey. But let's say you keep going out, you keep drinking, and you're just always out, or you have an unhealthy sleep routine na puro Netflix na lang. Nothing on Netflix, it's good. Like, you can enjoy, but to do it na yun na lang ginagawa mo at night na 2 hours na sayang lang kung pwede ka makatulog. If those things are not set in place, it's really hard to lose weight. You know?
Yeah.
Kahit anong bili mo ng weight. Kahit it's the most expensive, coach. Kahit anong weight, meal plan pa ang bibilin mo. If at the end of the day, you're not sleeping right, you're not working out, it's very simple.
Yeah.
Then it's really hard. So going back, so it's the fitness side. In terms of the mental and the spiritual, I'm always encouraging the client to just, or yeah, my clients to see your body as a temple of the Holy Spirit. So dun pumapasok yung faith. So the Bible says that our bodies are the temples of the Holy Spirit. In the Old Testament days, quick lang, temple is something set apart, something unique, something respected. So the same thing with your body. Bakit with others we respect others, pero yung sariling katawan natin, hindi natin nire-respeto? So it's, how come? There's a cognitive dissonance. There's something inconsistent. It's because we don't see the value of our bodies. Shit. At katawan lang to. It helps us move, it helps us do the work, but to see it as a temple na, ay, ito muna, kailangan ko din to. It's given to me by God. It's a gift from God, and I have to nourish it. I don't nourish it if I'm sleeping 4 hours, 3 hours every day. Kasi no matter anong exercise ko, if I'm sleeping 3 hours, my body won't really lose weight. Kasi it's hard to lose weight with wala kang masyadong tulog. So it's really that, like, reframing how you see your body and nourishing it. And lalo na, coach, sa mga, I have clients like this. Coach, ba't di pa ako pumapayat? 2 weeks into the program. Like 2 weeks into and I'm like, relax. It's a sustainable weight loss is a long-term game. I've experienced so many times in my life. I don't know about you, coach, yung drastic weight loss.
Yep.
Tapos biglang, give it 2 months, relax ka na. You'll balloon up again.
Yes.
So many times in my life has that happened. And because I'm so focused on my body, so focused how I look, the aesthetic, I want to look. Syempre, I want to feel good. I also want to look good. Diba? Medyo pride and ego na rin. Let's just be very honest here. So, that's after that, okay, so pumayat ako, and then, what's next? Okay, may 6-pack abs ako. So, what's next? Ano na ako? Happy, I'm valuable na. You're attaching your internal worth to your external body. So it's not really a very healthy mindset, right? So if we see our bodies nga, again, as something that we nourish, something we should take care, makikita natin, ay, okay, I'm not losing weight, sure, but I feel better now, coach. Grabe, ang sarap ng tulog ko kagabi. I feel more energized. I had one client na, grabe, nabubuhat ko na yung anak ko. Kasi medyo mabigat yung anak niya. So parang, I'm happy for him. That fitness is not just about what you look. It's how healthy can you be for the people around you, for the people who depend on you. So that's fitness.
I
If I
love
were
that.
to, ano lang
Yeah.
talaga.
Ang ganda. And I really think it's a refreshing approach then to how um, people look into fitness. And I mean, for me personally, I loved how you framed it na parang, oo nga, no, it's not just it na you worked out, you lost a couple of pounds and then, hooray. It's more of like, what does this mean for you and your family and your friends and your career and everything that
Exactly.
you're doing on a day-to-day basis? And
Yeah.
parang when you look at it that way, you realize na, okay, it's really much more than that. And at the same time, mas gusto mo siyang gawin because now you can, I don't know, you can travel, you
Yeah.
can, yun nga, buhatin yung anak mo, maybe
Exactly.
play with your kids
Yeah.
and not get hingal or
Yo,
exhausted.
coach, my nephews, oh my gosh, and nieces, they're not getting any younger. They're getting bigger by the year. So, minsan, yung dati na one hand, minsan pag binubuhat ko na sa ulit, parang, kailangan na dalawa, mabigat na. So, as an uncle of sorry, 6, I have to adjust them. So, and very tito naman ako with I love them. So, I play with them. So, I make it a point na I'm healthy enough to them to rest. Ano pa naman, 4 boys. Wrestling match! So, diba, talagang you have to have that energy.
Yeah.
So, it's really that. It's not
Yeah.
just, I look good. It's more of, do I have, diba, you're working 9 to, for example, 9 to
Yeah.
5, tapos na, and then, kukulitin ka ng pamangkin mo. Oh, let's play. So, parang in my head, do I have enough energy for my beloved nephew? That's like, how can I have enough energy for him na he just wants to bond with me?
Yeah. And it's so ironic to think as well na people who are working hours and hours are working for their family. And at the
Exactly.
same time, hindi nila mabigay yung fullest na sarili nila dun sa mga yon kasi health-wise, hindi nila kaya.
Yeah. And coach, for me lang, kasi syempre, I've been learning a lot then from my pastor about being a good father. I'm not there yet, but syempre, as a guide, people, at least your kids, your wife, they're not only there for your provision, they also want your presence. So, okay na yung mga, you provide, sure, you're the man, you're the leader, but at the end of the day, like these kids, your wife, or your partner wants your presence eh. Yun naman talaga eh. It's when the father is there, there's some very comforting, safe, diba? So, here's the thing, aanin mo yung provision that you give as a father, sure, pero after that, wala kang bonding with your mga anak mo. So there's no relationship there. You're just giving money.
Yeah.
Not the best, not the most ideal.
Yeah.
So yun, going
Yeah.
back, it's really how do I be healthy enough to be present?
Yeah.
That's also one.
And
Fitness is
ganda.
very broad, right? Like I said, it's
Yeah,
not just aesthetics. We've been talking about different areas of fitness. And yun talaga yung sinasabi ko na approach fitness in a holistic way.
Yeah.
Not just the body.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. I think, hopefully our viewers as well. Diyan pala kayo, nakalimutan. Nagkakantuhan lang kami dito eh. Andiyan pala kayo, nakikinig kayo. But hopefully guys are
Sorry, guys.
actually.
Typical.
But anyway, typical podcasting stuff. But sige, can you share with us? Because I'm also into fitness lately.
Sure, coach.
And I've been...
I see. Wait, shoutout ko si Coach Alex. Alec, nakita ko 4 a.m. na sa gym. Palakpakan po all the listeners. Yes. Si Coach Alec, 4
So,
a.m.
okay, but a lot of people message me with nung nakita nga yung 4 a.m. It's not my a consistent time of working out, okay? But what happened there was we had to work as early as 6 a.m. But I could not sacrifice my health. Parang it's something that we all agreed here, especially now that we're running a business. Parang
That too.
ang dali mong mahulog sa cycle na work is important. Yes, it is,
Yeah.
right? But if it's at the expense of your body and your health, it's not worth it.
Exactly.
So parang last year, ang mantra namin is grind season to the point na work, 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 work. And then lumaki kami ng todo. Talagang we weren't happy with how we're looking. I could feel my body getting weak, like as simple as kukunin ko sa ilalim yung nahulog na
Yeah.
ano sa
Hirap
ilalim
ka,
ng kama.
coach.
Parang tinatamad ako na parang hindi naman. And
Oo,
before,
bigat.
pag meron akong nakikitang mga kung ano-ano lang sa kalsada, gusto kong talunan, ganun.
Yeah.
But now, parang kaya ko ba? Ganun. I just feel so heavy.
Yeah.
And I think it also came to a point for me na hindi lang siya physically heavy but also emotionally. Like, ang bigat sa akin knowing na before I was healthy, and I feel so good.
Right.
And now it's not. So there's a lot of shame attached to it, a lot of guilt attached to it. And then we made a decision as well to really focus, I think for the last 3 months,
Wow.
na talagang consistent everyday showing up at the gym. I think there's only a few days that we missed, pero consistent talaga. Even we're just walking or running for active rest, but we're doing there. But of course, since you're here, I also want to get some tips.
Sure.
I also want to get, spill me the secrets. Like,
Yeah.
if you could share with us, okay, especially for beginners,
Mhm.
like what are the common misconceptions na stop doing this, please. It's not
Sure.
it's not gonna help you in the
Sige.
long run.
I can give you 3
Okay.
top misconceptions. I think number 1 for me, and I learned this the hard way, guys. Carbs are actually friends. Carbs are not bad.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see.
Okay. Okay.
Yes,
Okay. No guilt in eating rice. Okay.
No, I eat white rice every day.
Okay.
A lot. Carbohydrates when it's broken down by the body, it becomes glucose, and glucose is the primary source of energy that the body prefers, not the fats, because that's what really stimulates your body. In fact, the primary source of energy that the brain needs is glucose, carbs. So that sometimes when kulang ka sa carbs, you feel foggy. That's also one of the reasons why. I've experienced that. I've learned this the hard way, coach. Nag-crash diet ako. High protein, high fat, no carbs. I was so sluggish. Pumayat ako. As in, 6-pack, pero payat. Not even the good body composition that I like na, you're muscular, you're wide. Ito parang di ako kumakain.
Okay.
And yeah, I lost weight, sure. Kasi you can lose weight, but you can also lose weight the wrong way. Right? You can lose weight the right way. So, there's a lot of misconceptions with carbs. That's why yung mga pizza, pasta. And the thing is, if you see...
So, okay lang ang pizza?
Moderation. Moderation. Like, here's the thing. Like, I'm a firm believer. Yeah, like we talked about this earlier, flexible dieting. Syempre, if you are a pizza enthusiast, I'm not gonna tell you never eat pizza. Sobrang kg nun. Kasi here's the thing. Here's what will happen. The moment I tell you that, you'll feel deprived.
Yeah.
The moment you'll feel deprived, now, fitness becomes something forced.
Yeah. Punishment din.
Shocks. Hindi na ako magpipizza forever in my life. Grabe. Ano na kaya yung truffle cheese pizza na kina-crave ko. So, and now it becomes very personal. Na, I'm just doing this kasi wala, para lang pumayat ako. And that's not sustainable. Trust me, in a month or 2, you're gonna break. And then what? You're gonna break. You're gonna eat pizza again. And then you're gonna feel bad. Even worse. Parang, on a rule na ako 2 months. Tapos, ay, kumain ng pizza. That's where the shame comes in. The guilt. Sorry, coach. Here's the thing. Like, carbs, as mga pizza, ganun. Okay lang naman sila in moderation, coach.
Yeah.
Fine. Yeah. It's fine. It does not define you. It should not define you.
Okay.
There's a big emotional... Syempre, there's a different part, but there's also... Eating is very emotional, especially for us Filipinos. We're happy, we eat. We're sad, we eat. We're heartbroken, we eat. Diba? It's like, no reason, we eat. Basta may meeting, we eat.
Yeah.
Diba? So, it's very integrated in our culture.
Okay.
And
is it different from other people's culture?
I think, I would say, in the US, because I studied there for a bit, ano sila very extreme. There are people na, well, kain lang ng kain, kahit ano. That's why you see na extra large yung mga Coke nila.
Oo, yeah.
Yung, or, kasi mahilig ko sa popcorn. See, carbs are good.
Yeah.
Mahilig ko sa popcorn, coach.
Okay.
So, movies, popcorn talaga ako. And then I ordered like a large. My first time in the States. Large nila, yung dito, ganun. Large nila like this. And then yung Coke, like this. Oh my gosh, ang laki. And then in the other side of the spectrum, yung super healthy, super like, let's go.
Salad lang.
Salad lang and everything, no protein. And then like, it's hard then kasi you also need protein. So that's my other, But going back, carbs are okay.
Mhm.
I eat white rice. You can add sweet potato as well. Or even potato. Fruits, vegetables, banana, apple. Those are mga nutrient-dense food naman to add. Pasta here and there, sure, why not?
How about
Okay.
French fries?
French fries. So French fries also, it's the same naman pizza, French fries, cake.
Okay.
What I tell my clients is, you can have it from time to time in moderation, but also think about it na you have to put more nutrient-dense food. What I mean by that is more lean protein.
Okay.
Kasi when you have more lean protein, you feel full longer. So tips na to, you feel full longer. When you feel full longer, less cravings. Have less cravings, less yung tendency mo to crave for fries. So it's a domino effect. Ay sabi ko, just focus on adding protein. You'll be surprised. Sabi ko, my clients, I never told them, don't eat this, don't eat. Sabi ko lang, kain ka protein. Itong grams for two weeks straight. And then, someone struggling with cravings, kain ka lang protein. Oh, coach, okay. Hirap at first, but I'm kind of getting used to it. Natatrack ko na yung calories ko. Coach, hindi ko nawawala na yung cravings ko. Sabi niya, paano to, coach? Like, I know it's gonna happen. Like, it's really that.
So rather than saying don't eat this, you'd say eat this.
Yeah, say maybe try to add the nutrient dense food. And for example, you want cake, right? Instead of doing one big slice of cake, take a few bites. Kasi minsan ano lang naman yan eh. And I'm a chocolate lover.
Okay.
You
Ako
know
rin
what,
naman.
coach?
Popcorn, chocolate, or best friends.
Yes, best friends. Yes. So I understand people with sweet tooth kasi ganun din.
Okay.
So sometimes you just want that extra bite. So that's cool. Like if there's cake there, then go for it. Like have a kung kaya naman few slices lang. I mean, few bites lang. Okay na to, satisfy that.
Okay.
And if you want sweet, maybe try a banana or apple. Kasi you never know. It's also that kind of sweet flavor. So it's finding alternatives without sacrificing the foods you love. So that's what I really want. So that's number one, carbs.
Okay.
It's okay to eat carbs. And kasi there are different kinds of carbs naman.
You're my favorite guest now.
Thank you. John, so with that, yung other carbs na, mga high processed carbs, let's say donuts, in moderation. In moderation. So that's it. Number one, carbs. Number two, intermittent fasting is a way to weight loss.
Wait. Ulit.
Number two, intermittent fasting is the most ideal workout for weight loss.
Talaga.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not.
It's not. Okay.
I can actually break it down naman to you. So the idea.
So wait, let me get this straight. Intermittent fasting is not ideal for weight loss.
Not the most ideal way to lose weight.
Okay.
There are other more effective ways. Because I feel like intermittent fasting is being glorified so much right now. I mean, even before.
May mga app nga na pushing for intermittent.
Yeah, I feel like it's okay. So the logic, technically speaking, upend ka through IF. Because the logic kasi of IF, you eat at a certain window. Right? So if let's say you eat from 12 to 7, 12 to 8 before.
Okay.
Marami. Right? Or let's just say 12 to, kasi minsan
26.
after dinner. Baka sa ref, come on, diba? 12 to 10.
Okay.
Let's just say 12 to 10. Technically speaking, kakain ka. Right? Now, if you limit yourself to eating 12 to 7, less na yung hours, right? So, in a way, if you think about it, the less hours you put in terms of your eating window, less than yung kakainin mo. Tama.
Mm-mm.
So at the end of the day, the principle underneath the intermittent fasting is caloric deficit. That's the only way you will lose weight. Caloric deficit is when your body burns more than what you eat. So that's basically it. So if you're eating less, for sure, yung deficit mo aakyat. And for sure you're gonna lose weight. So there's nothing magical about it. So there are lots of studies, right? With intermittent fasting that they examine people who've eaten at the certain window and eaten with that you're round the clock. Basta in the 24-hour window versus 8-hour window.
Okay.
And they saw no difference in terms of their weight loss. So it's not really the IF principle. If you put someone, let's say you, for example, you're eating at an 8-hour window, and you're eating 2,000 calories, and that's your maintenance.
Yeah. Kasi yung iba, sinasabi nga nila, OMAD, di ba? Like 1 meal a day.
Oh, that's tough.
And then, they eat a lot.
Yeah.
So,
I've done that before.
talaga?
KBBQ. Sarap. And I feel so bad after. Kasi bloated, diba? So, yeah. For example, you eat at an 8-hour window, 2,000 calories. I eat at a 12-hour window, or basta bigger, right? 2,000 calories as well. And we're both assuming same factors, same calories, same maintenance calories. The study showed na we both basically lost at the same amount in terms of weight loss, right? So there's no special thing about intermittent fasting. It's really how many calories you eat. So hence calorie deficit.
So, hindi totoo yung pag kumain ka sa gabi, then parang sinasabi nila, uy, wag ka nang kumain. Like, for example, midnight snacks or maybe, uy, wag ka na kumain ng gabi kasi tataba ka dyan, gano'n.
Okay. Technically speaking, the 24-hour window, no difference. But what I recommend everyone is to still eat mga 3 hours before sleeping. Kasi mahirap, if you eat too late, ang hirap matulog. And if mahirap matulog, then it will really affect your day the next day. Right?
Yeah.
Malakas sa tulog, tapos din na mag-workout. And coach, did you know, if you sleep less than 4 hours or 5 hours, it really affects your hormones. There's a hormone called ghrelin, which is your hunger hormone. It will increase by 50% because of that. That's why there are sometimes na you guys might feel na wala ka sa tulog. Someone gusto mo ngayon. I'm craving for something sweet. I'm craving for something salty. Hindi lang ako ganito in a usual day. It's your hormone.
Okay. Akala ko parang mindset lang din na ako din parang I think kailan ba yun? There was this one time nga na I was kulang sa tulog. Yeah. Tapos parang parang to compensate for the kulang yung tulog, kain ako madami para yung energy ko dire-diretso pa din. But now that you're mentioning it, parang nagiging domino effect nga siya into like spiraling down na you don't get enough, if you eat late at night, you won't get enough sleep. Mahirapan matulog. Pag nahirapan matulog, you won't get enough sleep. Then the next day gets affected. And then the next day. Yeah. So parang, for now, parang ang priority is not just about the window, but more on making sure na you get also the right sleep. Yes. The right amount of sleep. And then you're setting yourself up for success in terms of your body resting and recovering as well.
Yes. And with that, which I could add is making sure you're eating it. If you want to lose weight, you have to make sure you're eating at caloric deficit. Which brings me to the third point.
Okay.
Ito na. Ready for this, coach?
Let's go. Bring it.
There is no such thing as a spot reduction exercise. Meaning, I'll just do this sa abs ko, tapos magkaka-abs ako. Na if you just focus on it, na you will lose weight on this particular thing.
So for example, chest exercise.
No, this one with chest. If you work out on chest, you can build muscle, but not necessarily lose fat on that. Because it's possible to build muscle, but there's still fat. There's still fats, right? It's very possible. And I've been there. You're building muscle. You're not really you're going hard in the gym.
Yeah.
You're gaining lots of muscle. You're getting big. But I just spoke about it today earlier na sobrang sipag yung gym. 3 to 4 times. And I see his frame. Laki niya. Pero yung chan lang niya talaga yung problema.
Okay.
And I'm like, it's just... it's not
So you cannot outwork or you cannot outwork out your
you cannot outwork the basic principles of your body, which is you operate caloric. If you want to gain caloric surplus, if you want to maintain just maintenance, if you want to lose caloric deficit. So knowing this in principle should be your foundation. So yung mga squat reduction na, abs ka lang, spotlight ka dito. Abs ka every day. 28 day challenge ka. But if you're eating at a caloric surplus, 200% coach hindi ka lang. You can build muscle, pero hindi mo makikita.
So may muscle pa din.
Yeah, you're building muscle. Kasi that's the resistance eh.
Kaya pala feeling ko may abs ako pero hindi pa lumalabas.
May abs ka naman, coach. Sabi ka. Next episode.
Balita dito. Next podcast namin, nakabad na kami dito. Give me 3 months, guys.
Let's go. August 1, 2024. But yeah, it's that. There's no such thing as squat reduction. That's why be careful when people say na, you do this, tas papet ka sa abs mo.
Wait, there's this YouTuber, famous YouTuber.
Go lang.
Parang arms toning. Alam mo yun, I think marami siyang video and she's really known for like toning the arms. If you do this workout for 28 days, you're gonna have toned arms. So, does not work like that?
No. You know, there's no, I read this recently.
Alam mo na, Sammy. Alam mo na.
There's no such thing as toning. It's a marketing term that they used before in order to invite more women into the gym. No, I'm not tone. There's no such thing as toning. What you mean by that, technically speaking, is allowing women to also, and this goes for women and men, to build muscle. There's no such thing as toning. I want to love tone, but you know what other women say? You know what other women say? And even men, women specifically, and I get where they're coming from actually. If I work out, I look like a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
May ganun din. And I understand that sentiment. Kasi mga they don't want to look bulky and but the thing is, iba yung composition ng female body sa male body. So, it would take you so many like intense competitive level workouts in order to look like a female body. But to look that tone that you see on social media, that's just really muscle. So for women and for men, I just really encourage people to just focus on building muscle. The rest will follow.
Yeah.
Because if you focus on building muscle, after that, you have a better body composition. Because I shared before in my Instagram, eating carbs versus not eating carbs. Yung not eating carbs ko sobrang payat. May abs, but payat ko. Eating carbs, you can see I had a wider frame. I felt healthier because I had energy. Carbs give you energy. Right? That's why people take yung minsan they eat sweet treats before going to the gym kasi extra boost yun kaagad. So,
And that's okay.
and that's okay.
Okay.
May mga iba.
Kasi ito, yung kasama ko dito, si God. Lagi kaming nagde-debate whether, sabi niya, ginagamit niya daw coffee as an extra boost for It's parang ako, I like to believe that fasted workout are better. So can you enlighten? So you're saying now na it actually helps you with the workout.
So, okay, coach. I'm glad that you brought that up, fasting. So, it will, again, balik tayo sa principle.
Okay.
Caloric surplus, caloric maintenance, and caloric deficit. Technically speaking, if you're fasting, what happens? You won't eat that much. Right? And therefore, because you won't eat that much, within the day, right? Since you won't eat that much, you will somewhat lose weight. Right? But, let's say, if I eat for breakfast, you eat quantity 2,000. On an IF. Intermittent fasting, right? Or, intermittent fasting. And ako, 2,000. Pero na-breakfast ako. Before workout. Same pa rin. It's still the same. Kasi 2,000 pa rin yung calories na. So, there's not much effect with IF. So, with IF, it really depends on the person. Balik tayo.
J-
Coach the...
I just want to share. This is really personal to me.
Okay, coach.
I mean, sige, nandiyan kayo guys, natututo kayo. Pero personal din, natututo din talaga ako today. Kasi I remember Yanni and I had an argument about it. Because I'm not a breakfast person.
Okay.
Right? And then we decided, and she is a breakfast person. Tapos, when we decided, you know what, let's work on our bodies, let's work out.
Okay, ano nangyari?
Ako, I told her like, no breakfast.
Okay.
And then nag-away kami.
To avoid future fights. In a relationship no, I'm really glad that you brought that up, Coach. Kasi, balik tayo sa what I shared earlier na coach the person and not the problem. Problem is weight loss. But the person has different preference. Si Coach Yanni wants to eat breakfast. Ikaw, you don't. So now, as a coach, you can be very flexible enough. Now, okay, if you don't eat breakfast, okay lang. Kasi you can, yung 2,000 calories mo, i-hit mo yun ng lunch, merienda, and dinner. It's your preference. Kasi there's no such thing as a perfect diet. Because the right diet is the one that works for you. It's different per person. Wala siyang fixed magic pill. It really differs per person. Kasi we're all unique. We all have different contexts. Yung pangalan, whether you're Coach Yanni, different. You come on breakfast, siya mag-breakfast, and that's okay. It doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't make her a bad person. It's just different preferences. And you both can enjoy with your fitness, hitting both of your fitness goals while you're not eating breakfast.
Makes sense.
Okay.
I appreciate that. Thank you. I think I learned a lot from that, and hopefully you guys learned from the 3. Those are gonna be very, very spicy when we put it out on social.
I'm excited.
Ang dami na. When we put this out, there's gonna be a lot of comments because I do think na what I loved hearing about you is you're really basing this on like researches and like studies as well, and I'm a big fan of that. And I just love na it's really backed up with the ones that you're sharing. It's backed up by science din talaga. But now I want to venture a little bit towards the other side of what you're doing, which is the faith stuff. The faith-based work that you're doing. So before we get into how this all connects with fitness, I want to hear your story a little bit. Like, what was the journey for you? How you kind of opened to this path?
Actually, this is my first time sharing it. I did have like a testimony in my, if you see it in my feed, well, so this will be my very first time sharing it. And I'm glad that it's here.
Okay.
So, in terms of my faith, Coach, kasi my faith, I'm a Christian. So, matagal ako Christian since 2013. Tagal na. But, during that time, high school, you don't really, let's just say, I did not focus on my faith.
Mm-hmm.
I did not college pa ako. And I was blessed to be able to study abroad sa California. But, it's very good real there, as you can see. So I was very exposed to that culture. And I was a Christian, but I wasn't really following. I would be drinking, or be, drug, and even here, like talagang I struggled big time before. With just, going partying lang. Very ikat lang. Inong culture, kung inom ako doon, lumakas ako minom doon, dito ako inom din. So with my friends, minsan nga, there came a point na natatakot na yung friends ko sa akin kasi, puro yaya ako. Different shape of brain.
Yeah, okay.
Completely different. And then, ganun lang, let's just say I wasn't very serious with my faith. I was going to church, don't get me wrong. I was going to church every Sunday. Sure, I know the pastor. I have friends in church, but I wasn't really practicing. I wasn't really serious. There you go. That's the word. And then it wasn't only the pandemic, 2020. So the pandemic, I'm sure it shot into everyone's world, right? In my world, personally, it was also the time where my dad, so 2021 actually, where my dad got sick. So my dad is not the youngest. And he got sick of COVID. This was March 2020. Remember the deal. And he got so sick na he rushed to the hospital. And then intubate siya. Intubate because his oxygen level normal than 100. He was 40. 40. Like the machine was the only
During the height of the pandemic.
yeah, the machine was the only thing keeping him alive, literally. And God, of course. So at that point, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so weird. I can't believe it's kasi wala, I see it. And at that time, it was just my brother there kasi can't have a lot of people. So I can't even visit my mom. So it was so hard, so painful. And my mom, high risk kasi ano siya, kidney transplant survivor siya. So her immune system isn't the best. So both of my parents having these COVID problems, both spike. And then, of course, context there, diba? I used to party, go out with ko, just to go out with my friends, at the sing, and then the next day, gising ako ng, oh my gosh, different na talaga. Gising ako ng 2 a.m. Kasi at 2 p.m. Somewhere 2 p.m. Diba? Or, you know. But I couldn't do that. In 2020, 2021, I was at home. I can't go out. I can't see my friends. I have no outlet. I don't want to drink alone in my room. It's hard. The only one can know. So I have nowhere else to go. There's nowhere else to go. And then that's another where I have God. That's what I is God's still there. So I need to be that night. First time in a long time where I really knelt by my there. Kneel down ako. I said, Lord, please save me all. Please save me all. Yun lang. Ano nga parang it's like, ang kapal ko. Because, hindi ko siya nakausap. Right? It's like, a relationship that, hindi naman kayo nakausap tapos may hinihingi ka after years. Yeah. Mga kapal mo naman, pag sino to? And then God filtered me. Psych breaker, I don't know Kasi at that point, critical sila. 40%, 39%, kasi talagang critical. And then after I prayed and cried, as I said, I heard a voice. I think it's the Holy Spirit speaking to me there. But I will never leave you nor forsake you. And that's a Bible verse, forgot the word, but I will never leave you nor forsake you. It was very calm and very soothing, but authoritative also. There's this level of authority na treat like anak. And I actually slept soundly that night. So that was my prayer. And then, Coach, ito na, 2 weeks after, 2 weeks after the doctor started calling, parang, your dad, yung oxygen levels get impacted from 40 to 45%. It was 40. Ako, my mom, my sister, and brother, kahit 1% pa kagad, hindi na kami ingot yung hahawakan natin 1% na, okay na kami tulog, okay na kami. 48, 50, 54, slowly naging 60. Then, at the end, naging 80. Then, slowly back, walking sila. 100, and then now, tagaling actually. And the doctors didn't really told us. Sabi, Doc, paano ito parang nangyari? What the doctor said? Doctor said, we don't know. Doctors, scientifically sounded minds said, we come here. So that's when it was cut. And at that moment, yet I got with sabi ko, wala na surrender na, Lord. Surrender na ako sa'yo. Tama, thank you. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for being there to me. Even if I rebuked you, even if I denied you, even though I did not think about you, you were still there. And that, I guess that's where I felt unconditional love. That he kept me feel. So from that's when I realized that, Lord, I'm going to serve you. I'm going to honor you. What you did to me. We're so good. Despite me being bad, you still are there. And from there, that's where I reached out to my pastor. So, hi. I'm a church goer. Yeah. I'm a church goer. I really want to keep my, I want to improve. So that's where I started. Care Group. So Care Group yung mga D group.
Yep.
Every week you need to talk about the word, but more of like support and care. And then eventually just served at the church. I'm part of the Sisters Development Team. So systems. You just thought about it. The church. And I think that's how God works. That's like side other than the coach. My position in Gcash was a product systems architect, product manager of the UX team. So I didn't know that God will use what I learned here, which was 2018, 6 years ago, to the church na 2022. Na He built me here the skill that I thought I'll never use. Systems, tracking, and then I can apply it to church. Now I'm helping with the leadership in church, helping create systems, programs. So, Lord, galing mo naman. I didn't know. So it's just by the grace of God na I'm here, that I'm standing, and for me, it's just how I live my life to keep honoring His love. Kasi miracle talaga ako. Why? And that started my transformation. So di na ako, don't see me in the bar. But that started my transformation. It was a spiritual transformation first before it became the fitness transformation. Because I've done fitness without my faith during college. I lost 20 pounds for like 5 months. Felt good. Felt like the king of the world. Posted it. Yeah, ako coach. Posted it. Good lahat ng tao. Kasi time difference. After that, summer came. So, what's next? Diba? Okay, I reached my peak. So, wala naman else. Lumaki na naman ako. So, it wasn't again, that's not sustainable. When my faith was there, I realized that this body, by kanina, this body that I'm working on. Because we talked about the download, diba? With you guys, this downloading, this updating, this upgrading is not just for me, but it's for me to create impact and influence to the people around, to the people I love, and to the people I don't know yet, but who are already there. So I'm doing it for them. That changes the morning. That changes the reframe. That this gift, di ko to katawan. It's a gift from God.
Yeah.
My pastor said one time, even your looks is from God. And your body is from God, and everything God made. So it's a gift that God made. Like our bodies, our tissues, everything, it's God given. So how do we then nourish it in a way that glorifies Him and impacts people?
Man, I mean, thank you for sharing that. I appreciate it. And I was really touched na knowing how God moved in your sense, because I think there will be times in a person's life na talagang papakita talaga ni Lord sa'yo na andyan siya. But it only comes from a point of surrender. Na the moment that you surrender, dun lang siya darating. Kasi for me, I think with this business as well. I mean, I've kind of tested in a sense God's, miracles. Na parang, Lord, para pakita mo. Maybe hindi siya for me, not because I'm doubting, but because there were, especially for example, the business that we have now. Yeah. It's content creation. We're helping people build their personal brands online. But all of our clients know that we're also very spiritual. Like we're kind of, hindi lang kami normal na social media na doing all of those things. Na parang, if they ask us, we get a viral video, how do you do it? We prayed. Like, pinag-pray po talaga namin na, na gumana yan. Because there are times in the business as well. Like for example, we want to get this new office. We don't know if we can sustain it. But then, I have this conversation with Lord. The Lord, di ba andyan ka? Di ba andyan ka naman? So, I'll take this, right? You'll show me. And then I take it, and then He'll show me. So parang, it becomes a pattern now na every single time that you ask, He will give it. Like every single time, even if parang the moment that you, parang hindi lang din doubt but just ask. And ibibigay talaga sa'yo even much more. So everything that's happening now, we know it's with God's provision na like you won't know how I'll give it, but I'll give it. Yes. Ibibigay ko siya. So this whole mission thing, like to the point din talaga na surrender. So parang now it's becoming a practice na you want something, your heart desires it, surrender it. And then ibibigay sa'yo.
Yeah.
So
No,
that
I agree.
becomes our
I'm
pattern.
glad you shared that. I love that idea of surrender talaga. Because it's a humbling experience na you realize na hindi mo talaga kaya lahat. Hindi ko kaya mag-workout 24/7 kahit yung gym na pinupuntahan ko 24/7. Hindi eh. We have to understand na there are limits and we have to respect the limits of our bodies as well.
Yeah.
Right? Hindi natin kaya na to work na we're doing. There comes a point na it will catch up. Sleep will catch up. So I love when you shared na there's an element of surrender because God will only give you the provision to the extent of how much you allow it.
That's beautiful.
Right? So there's a song that you have to make room. I'm gonna make room for you. And that really hit me. Because sometimes we ask God for something, but we don't make room for His divine work to work. Because we hold on to control. So it's like we're asking God, but my conditions. Lord, pero akin pa rin to I see that so many times.
Yes.
And I'll be the first one to admit, ganun din ako before.
Yes.
And even at times, and let's be perfect, even at times, ganun din. Like, I still feel that, Lord, Lord, give me this, but keep this piece of the pie. You know what I'm saying, Lord?
Get me?
But He has this beautiful way of just like, tiwala ka. Kasi when you let go, that's the surrendering part.
Yes.
And then let Him do the whole completing. So I got the Philippines where He who began a good work will complete it on the day of Jesus Christ. So He will complete. See, the thing is that He gives us the purpose, but He's also faithful enough to allow us to do the work. Because He who began a good thing will complete the work. So He will also complete the work for you. It's our job to believe. It's His job to do the same thing and to do the providing. Because He's also a provider.
Yeah.
It's our job to believe. So that's a question to think about to ponder.
Yeah.
So I love the
So, para at the same time, no, we can kind of reframe things. Like if you want something in your life, the next question is how much do you believe na ibibigay niya? Like, okay, you're doing the work, but maybe you're not believing that the work that you have done is enough. I love lang nung sinabi mo na siya yung magko-complete.
Yeah.
Even, I think, I don't know, but for me as well, even with the weight loss journey that we're on, parang, Lord, we're doing our best. Like, come on, like, calorie deficit, sure. Binawasan na wala nang milk tea. Pero pwede naman daw, pero moderation. But for us, it was just so good to, parang, talaga siya, bisyo talaga ang milk tea for us. So medyo binawasan na, like, we're doing everything, Lord. We're working out every day. But sometimes, yung weighing scale, hindi niya pinapakita. And then this early morning, parang kahapon, we did an event, I ate Jollibee, I ate pansit, sobrang kinain ko, tapos kumain lang ako. Like, I didn't worry about anything. And then this morning, okay, I have to step on the weighing scale again, test it out. Sabi ko, Lord, like,
Ikaw na bahala.
and then, I actually achieved my lowest weight today.
Wow! Congratulations!
I know, it's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. It's parang,
Amazing.
if people are gonna ask, paano mo nagawa? Actually, if babase natin sa kahapon, hindi ko siya ma-explain scientifically.
Yeah.
But, I'm really doing the work. Doing this for 3 months. I just have to believe.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And it's a parallel kind of thing here. It's a two-way street, your relationship with God. Now, He'll give you the vision. He will give you the goal. But at the end of the day, it's our responsibility also to prepare for it. It's our responsibility. That's why there's another verse. Sobrang kasi na you have to work out your salvation. So what I got from there is, sure, you're saved, but there's a work that needs to be done. Kasi if the idea lang is to be saved, for example, then we're all going to heaven once na we accept God, diba? Na, okay, God, na Puta na, heaven na tayo.
Uh,
But why are we still here? That means there's a work that needs to be done. Each of us here. God has a purpose for each one of us.
Yeah.
That's why we're still here.
yeah.
Diba? And God is faithful enough to complete the good work that He put in. All we have to do is believe and be
Yeah.
door. That's it. That's it, Coach.
I mean, you phrased it perfectly. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
I'm sure our listeners right now are loving it. And hopefully, if you like this, make sure that you share this to as many people as you can because we know na hindi lang din to para sa mga taong nakakarinig ngayon. It's also for the people that you care about. So, very, very happy with this conversation. Thank you so much for jumping in. Um, Maybe one final thought, one final piece of advice for everyone who's maybe number one struggling with their weight loss journey, but this time want to really make it work. One final piece of advice for everyone out there.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Why if there was one piece of advice is that um God loves you enough to create a unique purpose for you. So meaning He already loves you. So you don't need to please anyone. You don't need to pretend to be anyone. You don't need to try to be someone else just to achieve things. No, God loves you for who you are and not what you do. Number one, that's the foundation. The second, sorry to work.
Go ahead.
The second part is He created a unique purpose for you. So kung ano yung purpose ni God para sa'yo, nakaset na yung pangalan mo doon. No one can take that away from you. That's why the Bible says, no weapon formed against you shall ever prosper. So any attack of the enemy, whether through people, whether through lies, through struggles, through trauma, it will not be, it will be completely annihilated because God is faithful. Because your purpose is already fixed. Right? So my advice is understand that God loves you and that there's a purpose for you. All you have to do is work out with that purpose.
Love that. Thank you so much for sharing that, brother.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Guys, I know you love this episode because I loved, this conversation as well. But if ever they want to learn more about, the work that you've been doing, where can they check you out?
Sure. They can definitely follow me on my socials. Instagram, coachjacob.fit. And I also have a private men's group I call them the Warrior Tribe. So weight loss warriors. So send me a DM and I'll give you access to it if you are interested.
Love that. Thank you so much again.
Thank
Thank you for being
Good,
here.
but I enjoyed it so much. This is a typical conversation we would have even off camera. Swear. So
Kahit nasa restaurant or nagkakapila or nasa yabog, ganito pa rin yung usapan.
yeah, but coach, also quickly, I just want to take this opportunity to thank you.
Yeah.
It's a blessing to be here. Again, I started with it, but you are one of the people that God brought in my life to really spark and stimulate that drive to be a coach. So I'm grateful now that you reached out.
Yeah.
It's a blessing. You didn't have to.
Yeah.
You didn't know me back then. I was just posting, but you didn't know me, but you did. So I'm just grateful for you.
Yeah.
So I just also want to tell the people na if you have someone about someone who believes in you, or the way Coach Ad believes in you, hold on to them, encourage them, and take them. So thank you, Coach.
Appreciate that. Yeah, sobrang random lang no. Nakita ko yung content mo. Great stuff.
Great stuff. Praise God. So, I feel like God brought my content to you.
Yeah.
If wala tayo dito.
Yes.
So it's by God's grace alone talaga.
Yeah, I'm excited to see where this all grows on from this point.
Yeah.
But again, thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
I appreciate
Thank
you
you.
big time, brother. Thank you guys so much for listening in. Thank you for still being here and just getting all the learnings that you can. Please, if you like this, make sure that you give us a follow. I'll link down the socials down below. And make sure that you give this a 5-star rating if you're on Spotify. If you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe, like, and share this to as many people as you can because we want to share this kind of good conversations with as many people as we can. So again, my name is Alec Cuenca. This is Small Talk, small conversations with huge impact. And I'll see you guys next episode. Peace.